Sometimes we just have to be real about why it is that people are in the divorce space. And I'm not talking about people who are getting divorced. I'm talking about the professionals who work in this world. The people who are helping people get divorced in court, the people who are helping them financially, the professionals who are trained in moving this case forward and then helping you heal. Because what people don't talk about enough is why. Why is it that we do the work? How is it that we do the work? And who are the people that you should be looking out for and really trusting if you need that person in your corner? Today I am doing a completely unscripted video, and I'm talking about the professionals in the divorce space. Whether they're attorneys, mental health professionals, financial professionals, coaches, anyone who is out here telling you how they can help you when it comes to getting divorced or separated. I will say, I want to believe that most of them are here doing the work for your good, because this is meaningful work. Because it's powerful work, because it's work that can help you change your life. That's why I do it. I have my own why. I have spoken about it before, how traumatic my parents' divorce was. And as a child, watching that was really pretty earth-shattering in ways that maybe I don't even know still now, right? 40-something years later, it shapes us and it changes us and it makes us a completely different person than had it not happened. Or maybe had it happened in a different way. But at the end of the day, we all have our why as to why it is that we do something, regardless of what it is, whether it's in our personal life or our profession. But lately, I have seen a lot more people in the divorce space, in the divorce world, again, financial people, coaches, other mental health professionals, talking about healing in divorce, helping in divorce, and moving you forward and closer to your new future. And I'm all for that. I'm actually 110% for that. What I'm not for is some of the exploitation. And I just think that you really need to take a step back if you're thinking about getting divorced or separated, and analyze the people in your circle, in your life, who have come to you to talk to you about how they can help you with divorce. Because sometimes the help that they're offering is very self-serving, and I'm just being honest. I talk all the time about divorce litigation attorneys who maybe have a different set of priorities as far as helping you move your case forward. Because if we're being honest, litigation attorneys make more money the more they litigate, right? The more time they spend in court, or the more time that they spend on motion practice or fighting for your case, fighting in your case, fighting with your soon-to-be ex, the more money they make. It's not about doing what's right for you. And I'm not saying that they're all like this, and I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm talking about very generally. If you think about it logically, the quicker I can educate you and explain to you how it is that everything works as far as equitable distribution, or what it is that maybe you're giving up, or what it is that we're actually looking at as far as the parenting plan. Does this make sense to you? What it is that we're looking at as far as that domestic relations order for the retirement funds. Once I've educated you on all of the nuances, how it is that everything works, and what it is that you're going to be obligated to do, what you're going to be entitled to, all of that, now we can move on, right? But if I drag it out, if I say, oh no, we're not satisfied with that, my client wants another $10,000 here or $20,000 there, and we litigate it for another year or 2 years, and then I make $25,000 or $30,000 more, how does that help you? It doesn't, but it helps me. So again, I'm not accusing anyone, I'm just talking very generally. If I can help you resolve this case within a few months by giving you the information, I'm not going to make as much money as if I light that fire and sort of stoke the flames and then have it last 2 or 3 years. Because now we're in court, we have to continue to make appearances, we have to file motions, we have to answer, we have to have so much discovery. I mean, discovery is one of the costliest parts of litigation, because we are looking through every document with a fine-tooth comb over and over so that we find the loopholes, so that we fully understand it, so that we can explain it to you. That's a lot of time and a lot of money. And I'm not saying you're not entitled to it. You are entitled to all of that financial information. However, there's another way to do it. So what we're going to talk about today is why I believe so strongly in the collaborative divorce model. I have helped so many families move forward with their divorces without ever having to fight it out in court. Even pretty contentious cases, even where we did have to do that deep dive into the finances, even where we had to have a financial professional looking at every single piece of documentation and explaining it to us attorneys and explaining it to the clients as well. The difference is when you're paying one financial neutral to do all of that work, they are sharing the work with everyone. So we're all brainstorming and looking at it and seeing where the gaps are and what is it that's needed. We don't have to waste time in court. We don't have to file a subpoena. We don't have to start begging the banks to give us 6 years of bank statements. No, we're going to give you the instructions so you can go and get it. You don't have to pay us to do that. That doesn't make any sense. It's your account. You can share the information. And then the financial neutral is going to plug it all in, make sure that it makes sense, and then educate all of us on it. Then we empower you to start making decisions about what it's going to look like going forward. That's completely up to you. I don't get to make those decisions. I get to educate you. I get to talk to you about what this means legally. Maybe you shouldn't give up that retirement account because that account really is starting to make a lot more money. I would be very honest with you about that. But what I would not do is tell you, dig your heels in here, you can get another $10,000 from that one account. I don't suggest that you move forward with that. I think we should litigate it. I would never tell you that. Number one, I'm not going to waste your time, money, or energy. Number two, it doesn't serve anyone for you to dig your heels in over $10,000 when we can have a conversation to try to negotiate that. I'm not scoffing at $10,000. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you want to fight for that $10,000, do you know how much you have to pay me? Do you know how much your soon-to-be ex has to pay their attorney? It's a gross amount of money that it's going to cost you to fight over $10,000. It sometimes could cost you even more than that. We need to use the professionals in the right way. If getting that $10,000 is important to you for an emotional reason, then use the facilitator in the collaborative divorce model. If you really want to understand the finances in a deeper way, use the financial person in the collaborative divorce model. And if you want to understand the legal aspects of it, that's when you use the attorney. Very generally, the collaborative divorce model is you each have your own attorneys, and these attorneys are trained in the collaborative model. They are never going to court. We're not going to butt heads in court. We are not going to threaten going to court. We are not going to say, if you don't give us what we want over here, I'm telling my client to go to court. We are not doing that. What we are doing is problem solving. We will work together to try to help the both of you express what it is that you want, maybe advocate for yourself, and we will certainly talk about the legal lens. This is what the law would say. Here's new case law that's out. I don't believe that your assessment is correct. And we will definitely have these conversations. Sometimes the conversations are even heated, but they are never disrespectful and they are never through the lens of us going to court. All that does is waste your time and money. If I tell you we are doing this collaboratively, we're doing it collaboratively. We're not going to court. If you want to go to court, go. Choose that route. Know that you're going to burn all of that money. But the people that I work with and most of the people in the collaborative world are sincere about moving your case forward in a way that is respectful to your family. And then once you each have your own attorneys, we let you know that we should bring in a financial person. You two choose that financial neutral. It is one person who works for the both of you, who again is going to be helping you gather documentation, getting a budget together, putting together a spreadsheet, giving you your asset sheet, whatever it is that you need, they're going to put it all together, give it all to you so that you have a full financial picture. This is what your house is worth. This is what you owe. This is what your retirement accounts are. Here's what your debt is. Here's what it is that you have in savings for your children's college. All of it. It's one full financial picture. It's not this financial person putting the numbers together and saying, okay, you're getting $1,000 a month for support. You're going to get this. You get the house. You get less in retirement. No, it's about putting it all together and trying to help the both of you come up with a creative way so you're both going to be okay financially. Again, the attorneys are there to help you see this through the legal lens, but also through a practical lens. If we're going to be fighting over that $10,000, practically we're going to tell you that's probably not worth it, even in the collaborative model, for us to have these 10 conversations about $10,000. That's going to be gone pretty quickly. So let's try to be reasonable about this, and let's try to be laser focused. Listen to the financial professional. Let's see what options they've come up with. And sometimes it's 2, 3, 10 options. And then we find one that makes sense for you. And then you have the mental health professional, who we call either the facilitator, the family specialist. They are there to drive the process. They are instrumental in keeping us on track as far as time, as far as staying focused, streamlining the process so that every meeting we have an agenda, so we know exactly what we're going to be talking about. We don't have to start pulling things out of the air. Should we talk about the house? Should we talk about the retirement? Should we talk about the kids' college? Should we talk about summer camp that's coming up? What we do is we put an agenda together at the beginning, knowing that there might be a few issues that are really hot topics for you right now. With the holidays coming up, maybe it's the holidays, and how are we going to break up the holidays with the kids? That's something that would go on the agenda for today because it's important to you. And this facilitator or family specialist will put the agenda together. We have the meetings. We start laser focusing on each of those topics. We're not going to be able to cover every topic in this meeting, so we know that we're going to be able to do that the next topic in the next meeting. And the facilitator is going to help with the communication between the two of you. They can help you create that parenting plan that you need. They can help the both of you start to focus on how it is that you're going to be living separate and apart. I'm not talking about the finances. I'm talking about the day-to-day. How are we going to care for the kids? How are we going to split up the time? How are we going to work out this parenting time arrangement with the holidays coming, with these school events? The facilitator or this family expert can help with that. They help with it in a big way. And then they help keep us on track as far as all of the professionals for the next meeting to set us up for success every single milestone. Whereas in court, I mean, anyone who has been to court, if they're being honest, they're going to tell you it is just orchestrated chaos is the only word that I can think of, the only term that I can think of to use for it. Because yes, you're going to have another appearance, right? You have an appearance today, and you're going to have another conference in 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is. And I assure you, even if the judge says, okay, great, we have this worked out, next time I want us to start focusing on the retirement plans. When you come back, I want us to have a solid plan on what have you discovered about the retirement plans. Have the two of you worked it out? All of that. Come back in 60 days and we're going to talk about it. Number one, judges aren't necessarily that specific. Generally, it's, okay, what have you gotten accomplished? I'm going to take notes on this, and then next time you come back. But let's just pretend that the judge was even that focused and said, let's talk about the retirement accounts next time. Guess what happens when you come back next time? We're not talking about the retirement accounts. Number one, the judge doesn't remember. Number two, the judge has 7,000 things that just happened that day, so they're distracted or pulled off of that. Sometimes the judge isn't even there, and maybe we're seeing their law clerk. And then we might have even more immediate needs that come up, like the holidays. Judge, we didn't have time to talk about the retirement because now we are focused on what we're going to be doing as far as the children with school, with holidays, with parenting time, with all of that. And then the judge will shift right back to that. Now you've just wasted that 60 days thinking that you had to prepare and you had to worry about and you had to start to strategize about the retirement accounts when you showed up in court and the judge just said, that's not what we're talking about. I cannot tell you, I cannot stress enough how often that happens. It happens very regularly to everyone. It's not a specific thing to the county that I work in. It's not a specific thing to only if you have children. It happens all the time. It's just the nature of this orchestrated chaos. So if you want things to be streamlined and you want things to work properly and you want us to be very efficient about moving your life closer to where it is that you want to be, stay out of court. I just literally cannot stress it enough. Don't go to court. I've litigated, I've done mediation, and I've done the collaborative model. They all work to get you divorced. It's just a question of how efficiently you want to do it and how much time, money, or energy you want to burn. And honestly, how much emotions you want to waste. If you want to be completely overwhelmed, go to court. If you want to be supported, choose the collaborative divorce model. Mediation is fantastic as well. I just stress the collaborative model so much because things are so crazy these days. They're so up in the air where people feel like, I don't know which way to go. I don't know that I can even trust my soon-to-be ex across the table with me in mediation. I don't know. Maybe I need a little bit more support. So I'm a very big proponent of mediation. So when I talk about collaborative, I'm not trying to exclude mediation. I'm trying to say that either one of them, you can still have a supportive team. You can still have supportive professionals. But please choose your professionals wisely. I started this conversation by saying that some professionals are in this industry because they see it as an opportunity to make money. I have to make money. I have to get paid for my services. I deserve to be paid for my services. I have a mortgage to pay. I have bills that have to be paid as well. So I don't do this work for free. I would love to do it for free, but I'm not able to. So I'm not accusing anyone who is getting paid in this industry or getting paid quite well as being someone who's robbing you or being disingenuous. What I'm saying is there are people out there who are disingenuous. All I'm asking is that you take the time, do your due diligence, read reviews, ask for referrals. It's a little bit hard to ask for referrals in this industry because I'm not going to reveal confidences of my clients and share that information with you, unless, of course, a client said that you could do it and I would never even ask. Which is why you don't hear me talk about, oh, so today in court, this is what I heard, or today during a collaborative session, this is what happened. I don't do that because I'm never going to reveal any of your confidences, even if I'm masking and hiding your name. Sometimes I'll talk about things in general, like when I'm in court and things are spoken about in open court. Of course I'm going to share that. That wasn't my client. Our relationship is sacred to me. And if you're interviewing any other professionals, whether they're financial, mental health, attorneys, anyone in the divorce space, they should treat your relationship and your divorce and your situation as sacred as well. So if you're looking for someone to help you in this divorce realm, no matter who it is, please do your due diligence. Make sure that you're checking out their reviews. Start asking for references if that's possible. And go and have consultations and ask them the hard questions. Ask them about how it is that they're going to help you. What is the plan as far as putting together a team, if that's what you need? How is it that they work as far as scheduling, as far as timelines? Do you work virtually? Do you work in person? Your values need to align. The timelines need to align. You need to know exactly what they charge up front. If they're cagey about it, or maybe it's a little bit weird, that's probably not a good sign. And it's not a bad idea to go and have a consultation with 2 or 3 different people. Even if you walked into my office and you said, wow, this is great, I'm going to work with Liz. She and I clicked, we connected, and I definitely want to work with her. I will still suggest go and speak to somebody else because you never know. Maybe there'll be that other person who just hits a little differently or speaks to you in a different way and you're like, you know what, maybe that's the person. Or maybe it will actually make you feel a little bit better about the choice that you made by working with me. Again, these are your options. This is your life. You should be making decisions for your life going forward, and you should be very comfortable with the professionals you're choosing. Go into this with your eyes wide open, knowing who it is that you're working with, how much you're paying, and what process you're choosing. And I beg you, don't choose litigation. If you have to go down the road of litigation, at least please explore divorce mediation and the collaborative divorce model first. This is your family. This is your future. You are entitled to have the best professionals in your corner supporting you throughout the entire process and actually long after. So please, if you hear nothing else that I say, take your time, choose the right professionals, and ask the professionals how they can help you create the roadmap for your best future. They are there to help you create your future. Do not trust an attorney. Do not trust a financial person. Do not trust a mental health professional or anyone who says, I'm going to do this for you. No, I can't do anything for you. I can do it with you. I can hold your hand. I can help you start to move forward. I can help you start to create that roadmap, but I will never be able to do it for you. I'm not a judge, and you don't want to be in front of a judge, and nobody there is. Nobody there is going to be able to do anything for you. I wish I could snap my fingers and make everything better for everyone. That's not how it works. How it works is we work together so you can create your best future. So find the right professionals who can help you do that. Thank you so much for joining me today on Divorce Den and for listening to me rant and for listening to me talk so passionately about things that are really, really meaningful to me. Helping people during the time of divorce or separation is meaningful to me because of my personal experience and because of all of the lives that it impacts. It doesn't just help children, and it does if you make the right choice, but it also helps you as the person who's getting divorced, especially women, find your power, find your voice, and find your best future. Thank you again, and we will see you soon on the Divorce Den.